Devotional Wednesday, the 11th of November. I spent the best part of 1987 working in Glasgow. At that time there were no EasyJet flights, and frequently I suffered at the mercy of the North Channel, either on board a Stena Line or a P&O ferry, and I encountered plenty of storms. I remember a conversation with a survivor of the Princess Victoria who assured me in the midst of one very choppy sailing that it was nowhere near as bad as the night that the Princess Victoria went down. Not much comfort. And after 30 years in ministry, I've seen a lot of storms, and I've learned that in turbulent times like this, there is nothing more secure than the anchor of God's promises. As the writer of Hebrews reminds us in chapter 6 and verse 19, we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Could you use some hope in the midst of this storm and in other choppy seas you may be facing? Perhaps the wind of change and challenge is blowing in your faith, your family, or your finances. Anchor deep then into the unshakable promises of God and hold on tight to a couple of lifelines. They can withstand the waves of worry and difficulty in your life. Hang on to the lifeline that God is with you. He's been there, He's been here, and He understands your pain. The stunning idea is simply this: God for a time became one of us. Does this promise matter? Well, if you ever wonder if God listens, He does. If you ever wonder if the uncreated Creator can, in a million years, comprehend the challenges you are facing, then ponder long and hard the promise that Jesus is able to understand our weaknesses, as the writer of Hebrews says in chapter 4 and 15. So hang on to the lifeline that God is with you. And then hang on, secondly, that we can overcome despair with prayer. When life overwhelms, pray to the one who is in charge, and know that He is praying for you. Stand firmly on the promise that when a believing person prays, great things happen, James chapter 5 and verse 16. And ponder this truth, that Jesus right now, at this moment, in the midst of whatever trouble you are facing, is speaking on your behalf. He is calling out to the Heavenly Father. He is advocating for a special blessing to be sent your way. You do not fight the wind and waves alone. Every day He speaks up for you. As Paul says in Romans 8 and 34, He always lives to intercede for us. Hold fast then to these lifelines and ask yourself this key question: is what I'm anchored to stronger than what I'll go through? Sometimes it may be a calamity that thousands are facing together, or it may be a personal battle that no one else even knows you're dealing with. But God knows. He knows and He cares, and He wants to buoy you in the day-to-day difficulties and guide you home to a safe harbour. When the storm hits, anchored to no one but God. Storms will come, but when they do, filter them through the promises of God, and since His promises are unbreakable, your hope will be unshakable.